as part of its Shriners Night. And it had been raining throughout the night, and because it was Halloween, the Indianapolis Police Department, IPD, had activated more police officers than usual. So the show had been scheduled to begin at 8:30 p.m., but it started about 15 minutes behind schedule. And around 11 p.m. was when the finale was about to begin. Sadly, however, this finale would end in tragedy, as that night a propane gas explosion would go off. So just after 11 p.m., with only 3 minutes remaining in the opening night show, the skaters were finished a medley called Mardi Gras. No one had realized that propane gas was leaking from a rusty tank in the concession area that was slowly filling the unventilated room. As the skaters began gliding into a pinwheel formation for the finale to start, the gas had came in contact with an electronic popcorn machine. When the gas had ignited, a blast of orange flame shot 40 feet up through the south side seats. This catapulted chairs and people in the air. Concrete chunks and body parts rained down. Many of the spectators fell on the ice on the south side of the arena, while others fell into a crater caused by the explosion and were buried beneath the slabs of concrete. So this explosion had occurred at 11:06 p.m. and was centered on the southeastern end of the arena, just underneath the box seats of aisle 13. So the initial blast lifted approximately 700 square feet of floor and launched debris and spectators toward the ice rink. Shortly thereafter, a load-bearing wall underneath the stands gave way and caused an additional cave-in of about 500 square feet of floor. A few minutes after the initial blast, a smaller explosion occurred that produced a fireball that rose 40 feet high. So both before and after the second blast, evacuations of the area were underway, with the spectators mostly leaving in an orderly fashion. So during the evacuation, the Holiday on Ice Orchestra had continued to play, and reports of the evacuation make note that there was actually no mass panic. Most of the evacuees were in shock at how that just happened. So they just exited orderly. So the location of the explosions, actually it's so sad just reading that. So the location of the explosions had left a crater measuring approximately 50 feet across that contained a great deal of rubble and a small fire. Indianapolis news reporter Bill Roberts was attending the show with his wife and described the scene in graphic detail, stating, "You walked into a nightmare. For a few seconds, it happened and no one cried out. Then there were screams of cries and agony, and the audience jumped from their seats as if in unison and started for the exit minutes while the orchestra played. My wife was drawn to a small blonde girl with her mother. The child's blue coat was soaked with blood, and they were looking for the father. Outside the main entrance, a man was sitting with a huge black and blue lump by his left eye, and part of the calf of his left leg was gone. Oh my gosh. Indianapolis Star reporter Richard R. Roberts reported the events as he saw them, saying that this has been the worst thing he'd seen since in combat. The lights were still above, still casting a bluish light onto the ice show. A red satin slipper laid on the ice 3 feet away from a pool of blood. A gray-haired man lay on his back, staring lifelessly at the ceiling as attendants threw blankets across him. Chairs were scattered like 10 pins on the south end of the big building. The fairgrounds itself was almost like a battleground. The surrounding streets thick with police, and the edges of the streets jammed with crowds like war refugees, slowing the movements of the ambulance and fire engines. So, the rescuers used the nearby cattle barn as a temporary hospital, and the coroner's office set up as a temporary morgue on the ice floor. The dead were placed on plywood and lined up on the ice according to gender and age. Family members who came to identify loved ones had to register at the administration building before being led to the Coliseum. Oh. Every hospital in Indianapolis and surrounding countries took in the wounded. Medical and nursing students were utilized. 20 women sat in a basement room of the Red Cross chapter house at 1126 North Meridian Street, answering phone calls. They spent hours telling the callers where the injured were, verifying the fatalities, or accepting offers of aid and blood donations. One volunteer delivered the news to Marine Melvin Dubner, on duty in Vietnam, that his mother, had been killed in the explosion. A Marion County grand jury indicted the state fire marshal, the Indian fire chief and general manager and concessions manager of the Coliseum, as well as officers of the company that supplied the gas. But there was only one conviction: the president of the gas supplier, and that verdict that was later overturned by the Supreme Court of Indiana. According to the Encyclopedia of Indianapolis, victims and survivors ultimately received $4.6 million in settlements. In 1991, the Coliseum acquired a sponsorship and was renamed the Pepsi Coliseum. However, that sponsorship was not renewed in 2012. It is now known as the Indiana Farmers Coliseum and went over $63 million in renovations. So this explosion was one of the worst disasters in both Indianapolis and Indiana history. Approximately 54 people died in the initial explosion, and others succumbed to their injuries later, which raised the fatality number to about 81. Among the deceased was a former Coliseum explosion became the deadliest in history, passing an 1869 boiler explosion that killed 30 people. Coincidentally, this previous explosion also occurred at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. According to 1968 case study, this explosion was also the highest single death toll to ever occur in Indiana history. And in addition to the fatalities, 400 people were injured. It took until October 30th, 1964, for the last person who had been injured in the explosion to be released from the hospital. And a memorial service was held the following day for the victims of the explosion on the event's 1-year anniversary. So, that is so sad, so tragic. It just really makes you think of everything you've ever attended publicly, how easy it is. Like, it was just in the concessions that there was a gas leak, right? And there's just always possibility and danger anywhere. It's so sad. Very, very, very sad for those families and everyone affected. That's for sure. Well, I'd never heard of this one before, and I've been trying to sprinkle in more history into this 13 days till Halloween, because not only is it interesting and educational, but like things like this is important to remember and know, and sometimes true crime is just a lot all the time, but then things like this are as well. So much, but wow. Thank you all for joining me tonight. It's sad, but at least you can always, remember those events like this and those people, right? I hope that you all join me again tomorrow for maybe lighter content. I don't remember what's coming up. But we have lots of variety in these videos for you all. And I look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. As always, I'm just going to end this one with, please stay safe out there. Hug everyone you love closely.